As you wander along the quiet paths of Fort Wilderness, you may find yourself in a part of the forest where Christopher Robin once liked to think. Is it the sort of place where Pooh might still be humming to himself, quite unaware that anyone can hear him? Here in the 100 Acre Wood, the stories never really ended. They're simply waiting for someone to come looking again. And that is where our story begins today on Idiot's Guide to Imagineering. Hello, Imagine Idiots. It's Steven, and today we are wandering into a place that means something a little bit different to everyone. Whether you grew up with the stories, the movies, or an old stuffed bear who seems you loved just a little too much. But before we jump in, just a quick reminder, Idiot's Guide to Imagineering is now fully on YouTube. Maps, visuals, the whole thing. If you're listening on audio, you can switch over anytime by searching for Idiot's Guide to Imagineering and hitting subscribe. And of course, I'm not exploring these woods alone. I've got my two favorite honey-loving companions with me tonight, Katie and Marissa. Hello, my little woodland creatures.
Oh, hello.
I would just like to say I am wearing a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt, and I had no idea.
There's no need to yell, girl. We can still hear you.
I'm just so excited.
Nobody gets more excited about Pooh than Marissa, and
Exactly.
I knew when I wrote this that she was going to be amped for this one. And she she logged in, and I saw her Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt on, and I said, "Did you wear that on purpose?" And you were like, "No. Should I take it off? Does it not look good?" And I was like, "No." I was just like wondering if you saw what the theme was, and she did not know.
Just me in my natural environment, loving Pooh.
That's right.
Always ready for the Pooh.
Silly old bear, she is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're enjoying season 4 so far, give us a follow on Apple or Spotify podcast so you never missed an episode.
And leave us a review. We read every single one of them on a future recording, and sometimes we celebrate them a little too aggressively.
And always aggressive. And even more importantly, we would love it if you would share the show with some friends or family or anyone you think would geek out over Imagineering with you. That is how our little community grows, and it's way more fun when it's shared, I think.
And don't forget Instagram at Idiots Imagineering. We've got maps, concept visuals, behind-the-scenes stupidity, and all the rest. So make sure you give us a follow and say hi.
Behind the scenes stupidity.
Plenty of stupidity.
That's good. That's a very good, accurate representation of our Instagram.
If that doesn't get you excited to go check it out.
You on the wrong show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, it is time for our weekly prompt. And today, since we're wandering through one of the most nostalgic spots we've ever explored, I want to know if you could step into any place from your childhood, whether that's a book, a movie, TV show, whatever, and actually walk around, what would it be? And Marissa, you're up first.
Oh, this is hard because I feel like
So
they're
glad
all
it's you.
Disney. All right. Well, I'm just going to fall back on, I feel like what's always my default answer.
I know what it is.
I don't think you do.
Oh, surprise me.
All right. So I know that there is Prince Eric's castle in Magic Kingdom, and there's kind of a Little Mermaid themed area, but I would like to go under the sea truly, and not just on the ride. I want to be swimming around the water, which I know can't happen.
Well, you could swim in the water. You could swim around in water. That's the thing that can happen. You know how to swim. I've swam with you before.
Okay.
Can I think?
So where were you going with that? Was there a
swimming? She's
childhood
swimming somewhere.
memory?
That's where she's going.
So she's going to the YMCA to use their pool. Okay, Katie, how about you? We'll come back on.
I'm so glad that was you at first and not me.
Wow.
I had an idea and it just didn't go anywhere. So
I could give you one. I thought you were going to say Danny Tanner's house.
Okay, well, I also thought Full House, but San Francisco's an actual place. You can go see that house.
Not inside.
I was like, what's the point? That was a thought of mine, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't trying to be cute or creative. I was like, you know where I'd like to go? Inside Rugrats. I would like to walk
Oh, that's a
around
good
there.
one.
I was
hang
going
out
to
with
say
Tommy.
Rugrats.
That's
Shut
a
up, were
really good
you?
That's
one.
crazy.
Oh my God, no
That's
way.
wild. I was thinking Rugrats. I was picturing
no
their
way.
house.
Yes.
I was thinking about Reptar,
Yeah.
Cynthia.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I want to see
Wow.
Reptar on ice.
Reptar,
Mm.
Gotta catch a Reptar.
Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer.
Well, what if we just have a whole Nickelodeon theme, and then we can also go see
Well,
the Beats? Is that
they
what they were
did-
called?
did.
And Doug.
The Beats. Oh, once
Mhm.
Marissa and I just sat in her apartment when we were in college listening to the Beats soundtrack on repeat.
Killer
all day.
Tofu.
Killer Tofu.
Ooh.
The,
Killer
the
Tofu.
I was
Gen Z
torn.
listening to this podcast
They're
right
like,
now are
"What
like,
is
who
going
are
on?"
these old ladies?
Bogies. Yep.
Yeah.
Old bogies. I was actually in
Mhm.
between Doug or Rugrats on what I was going to
Yeah.
do. And we did once have a Nickelodeon themed theme park-ish at Universal,
Yeah,
which
that's
was
true.
my favorite
Which
thing to
I
do as a
did
kid.
know, but I meant like there was no actual Doug land. So I'm
No.
going
No.
Doug and Rugrats.
Mhm.
No, but I could take pictures in front of Eureka's castle cutout with my face in it.
That is true.
Hmm.
That was a good time.
Anyone knows what we're talking about?
Hit us up. You're old
Let
like
us
us
know.
then.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
right.
All right, old man Steven, what you got?
I'm gonna say Franklin.
Ooh.
The turtle?
Yeah, the turtle.
Hey,
he had
it's
his little
Franklin.
woodsy. It's kind of like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
He's living in the
similar.
woods, and he was cute. It was between that and maybe Arthur.
Okay. You're going the PBS route.
Yeah, I went
Fun.
PBS. Clifford, Arthur,
And I said, hey,
Little Bear.
what a wonderful time to play.
This is just
Bananas
become a
and
sing
pajamas?
along.
Bananas
Gullah
and
Gullah
pajamas.
Island.
Wow, that was Nickelodeon again, not PBS, but she's.
But it was great and informative, and I loved it. Binya Binya Pollywog.
And if y'all remember Zoom, that was
Yes.
the show. I mean, we learned about
Yes.
science. That's probably why I love Imagineering.
I
It's
don't
true.
remember that one. I thought you were talking about the Zoom call or something.
I still remember their zip code.
Wasn't there
Oh, 2, 1,
Zaboomafoo?
3, 4. Oh yeah, Kratz Creatures, Zaboomafoo.
Yeah.
We had it all. PBS.
I don't remember that one.
Come on and zoom. Come
Wishbone.
on and zoom.
Wishbone.
Oh, Wishbone. Wishbone. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, everyone probably stopped listening to the show now.
I
They're
know.
like,
It's
what?
a
Once
full
I,
sing-along
once
for
I went to the
millennial
YMCA, they were out.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
Do you want to pick
Mhm.
again? Do you have a new location?
Did you ever come up with something?
I
or
have another-
is this where- I'd like to swim. That's if I could go anywhere from my childhood, it would be to swim again.
Like, I
Like
know
there's
you
some
can't actually do this.
Traumatic experience that
I would
happened
like
to
to
her
go
in
in
the
the
water,
ocean.
and she's.
Well, I was thinking somehow there's no way you can make me a mermaid swimming around a theme park, but that's what I was going with.
I think the best you can do is the aerial undersea adventure that we
Yeah, I know.
currently got.
So I did think of something. I'm sure Stephen, you probably were not into this, but Katie, I bet you were. American Girl dolls.
Okay. Oh, whose house are we going to, Samantha?
Yes. Samantha followed by Molly.
So,
Yeah.
So we
Samantha
can go
Queen.
from rich biatch to World War II, Daddy's Away.
y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we're recording pretty late, and this is when
Mommy.
Mommy, what's
loses
going on?
all her inhibitions. She doesn't drink a lot, so this is her version of full intoxication.
Doesn't her mom like what's her name? Rosie the Riveter.
I think we gotta move on. We're 29 minutes into this episode, and
Daddy's away.
And Daddy's
Marissa
away.
will play.
that's right.
Wow.
Oh, but Daddy, I
I was gonna
love
say-
him.
Her mom is riveting outside or something.
I don't know what that.
Riveting outside.
I have
What
no
is
idea what that means.
happening? Oh my
Somebody-
God, we lost
Katie,
every follower we
somebody-
ever had. We have to
Oh my
roll
God.
back the YouTube experience.
Oh gosh.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'm trying to pull it together.
This is the third episode of season 4, and we've already lost control.
It's gone off the rails. I don't know
mean,
who
it
we
took
are,
4
where we
episodes
are.
quickly.
for me to get like this. I mean,
We're
last week I
putting
was
the-
being tied. tied
Oh
up
no.
by-
I need
By
the
Prince
listeners to
Caspian?
know that because Marissa's voice cracked like that, we're about to get a real good episode because
is gonna be
this
good.
is optimal loop from her.
This
Optimal
is-
loopiness.
She's hit her
When the
second
voice-
win, folks. It's been a long recording day.
when the voice cracks.
The
Ooh.
glasses come off. It's about to get real.
She's crying right now.
There's tears.
People-
I hope you're watching. Please watch us on
No,
YouTube.
don't.
We beg you. She's in tears.
No, save
Okay.
yourself and don't.
So she's underwater, bound by Prince Caspian, looking for Daddy.
Daddy is not home. Don't let
Let's-
Daddy know. Oh, that's the
Okay.
festival that I went to.
Don't call her Daddy. We got it.
It's a
We got it
different
all.
podcast.
Yeah, we're.
I don't know how to
sponsoring.
tell you this, Marissa, but you're actually up next to
Oh,
speak.
Yep.
no.
Marissa's the next one on the outline.
Oh,
so,
am I introducing
Katie, you might want to
Steven?
take this one.
All right. Well, now that we're up to speed, it's time for that Imagineering project of the week. You want to take this part, Marissa?
Yes, I'm okay.
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 Well, for those joining us for the first time, welcome and please come back. But for our new listeners, each week our team selects a project manager to develop a thoughtful strategic proposal for a new or updated Disney experience. Our ideas are grounded in reality, taking into account current technology, existing park infrastructure, and the principles that make Disney magic work. While we're mindful of budgets, we're not bound by them, giving us the freedom to explore ideas that are informed, imaginative, and educational, offering a peek into how Imagineering balances story, design, and guest experience. This week's project manager is Steven. You? I had no idea.
Deep in the 100-acre wood, where Christopher Robin plays, you'll find the enchanted neighborhood of Christopher's childhood days. A donkey named Eeyore is his friend, and Kanga and Little Roo. There's Rabbit and Piglet, and there's Owl, but most of all, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Chubby little cubby, all stuffed with fluff. He's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Willy-nilly, silly old bear. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Tubby little cubby, all stuffed with fluff. He's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Willy-nilly, silly old bear.
Oh, there's my bear.
Well, today we're visiting a part of Walt Disney World that we haven't explored before on the podcast, and that's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground.
Never have enough of that in my life.
Let me
Love
tell
that
you,
place.
that
was a lot of
thing
my
is
childhood
that
spent
thing
there.
is massive. It's over 700 acres of pines and cypress, and it has this perfect mix of Disney magic and rustic
700
charm.
acre woods.
Yeah,
over?
the 700 acre woods.
Wow.
And you can camp out under the stars if you want to, or you can stay in one of the 409 air-conditioned cabins that are tucked into the woods that have recently been renovated.
We'll be in the cabins. Katie and I are
We're
not
definitely
staying
going to be in the
outside.
cabins. Absolutely not. Well, bad news. This is an outside experience. I'm just
Oh.
kidding. I would never.
No.
Oh.
I could never. If I don't believe in it, I'm not creating it as a project.
I
And
don't like to sweat.
I'm not going to be outside.
I don't like to be hot.
Katie doesn't like a bug.
I was going to
Mm-mm,
say
I
bugs
don't.
are her
Creatures.
Mm-mm.
Downfall.
nemesis.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Except a
Well,
ladybug. Those are the only ones I
they're
support.
cute. Yeah,
They're a lady.
that's right. Well, Fort Wilderness has a ton of history too. It used to be home to River Country, Disney's first water park, which ran from 1976 until 2001. And that space was dormant for years, but now is turning into Disney's Lakeshore Lodge, which is a brand new DVC resort, which is allegedly opening in 2027. They don't like to speak about it, but they announced it a long time ago, unannounced
Allegedly.
it. And so we'll see what happens with that. But from what we know, it's just very nature inspired with lakeside views back toward contemporary DVC villas. It's going to be right in the very back of Fort Wilderness. And so
Fun
And-
fact. The
Mhm.
historical facts don't stop there. It's the first place that I stayed as a child in Disney World.
wow, is that on a historical placard somewhere?
It should be, right? I
like,
should
yeah.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
We
a
stayed in the
registered
cabins.
historic site. where-
And I even got a Marie doll that trip.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, I
Still
know.
remember
She
it.
was living the American girl life
Yep. Daddy
in
was home, though.
wilderness. Wow. But as Fort Wilderness evolves, it's this mix of nostalgia and nature and new experiences that make it such a cool place to explore and the perfect backdrop for today's idea. And like I said, I think we really underestimate how large it really is. Marissa and I were there this past summer. We saw Hoop De Doo, and
Mhm.
the bus ride from the back to the front, that took
a
us
trek.
forever. I was
Yeah.
like, thank God for the bus. Who's walking this?
I was like, I feel like we're never going to be home. We're just going to be on this
Mhm.
bus
You
forever.
need like a 40-minute cushion window before your
Yeah.
reservations or things.
Mhm.
You ain't getting
Right.
nowhere.
Well, I looked at it from a satellite view, which, as we know, I'm always doing.
Mhm.
And there is an incredible amount of unused space there. But before everybody comes for me, I am fully aware of the core appeal of Fort Wilderness being that it is this
Wilderness.
nature wilderness
Yeah.
fort, to be exact. So removing the forest would feel thematically inconsistent. But what if instead of eliminating the wilderness, we just reimagine it
Okay.
like we do on this
Okay.
podcast?
Let's do it.
How can we introduce a new offering that remains fully faithful to the central theme while also expanding opportunities for guests to stay on site?
I don't
about it.
know. Maybe you'll tell us
Hmm.
today.
And if the goal is to preserve the woods, what if we just clarify whose woods they are and bring in the emotion and nostalgia of one of Disney's most beloved franchises?
Oh.
Or one of Marissa's most beloved franchises.
Yes,
If you couldn't
that's
tell.
right.
Here he
As
is.
she's wearing him on her shirt right now. Imagine the opportunity to step into the Hundred Acre Wood nestled right inside of Fort Wilderness, where the magic of Winnie the Pooh comes alive without compromising the natural setting.
It's
Yay!
everything I've ever needed.
I am here for this idea.
Uh-huh. Well, before I go any further, this week's project is a little fluffier than last week, both in
Ooh.
subject matter and in fur. But don't worry, we're still bringing the strategic Imagineering brains and just a touch more honey and a lot more bouncing as a former friend of Tigger.
You would know a thing or two about
That's-
that.
Is that
About
can we
bouncing.
create that as like a new like term? We've got like friend of Dorothy, you know, which I also am. But now I'm a friend of Tigger as well, and that means I'm a bouncer. Well, not like at a club, but
I was going to say, do you have a side hustle we don't know about?
Okay.
I'm the
Cool.
bouncer of this recording. You're kicked out. Anyway, Pooh is one of Disney's most recognizable and evergreen properties, and this could be a space more focused on children and family experiences. And at first, I considered a brand new value resort, maybe even like this full-scale, multi-story building expansion. I was like seeing it pretty clearly, and then I said, no, this doesn't feel right.
No.
It would clash with the idea of it being inside the 100 Acre Wood.
Yep.
It felt way too commercial, too removed from the intimate forest feeling. So
Yeah.
I went back to the drawing board there.
What was our term last week, our imaginary term?
World building?
Yeah, that would have broken the
It
world
would be
building.
world ending,
Yes,
is what
be.
it would be.
Mhm.
Yeah. World distracting. World
Mhm, for
destroying.
sure.
And not just when the people would come for our heads.
That's true.
Mhm.
So put your pitchforks away. I have revamped this.
Thank you.
And I
you.
took a look into the numbers for the existing cabins, and each Fort Wilderness cabin sleeps up to 6 adults plus a child in a crib and has varying prices over the season. So, for example, New Year's Fort Wilderness cabin goes around $740 a night, and a one bedroom is about $778. So they're really popular, and especially during peak time. So there's clearly a strong demand for these cabins. Now, given that the decision became clear. We don't retheme the current cabins, especially since they were just renovated in 2024.
I think we could.
Okay. They look really nice. They look they
look
really
nice.
upgraded them. They're
They-
considered deluxe now. I don't
I'm
know
not
if you know that.
I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of what they did to
Mhm.
them, but I do
Yeah.
see why people
Yeah.
would enjoy
It
them.
lost
modernized
its
them.
wilderness charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're
but-
going to leave those alone and bring in some more wilderness charm.
Okay,
So
good.
instead, we create a brand new 100 Acre Wood area, keeping the existing cabins as they're offering this fresh, heavily themed
Yes.
experiences some people might want. But I felt this was this new way to create some captivating, nostalgic, and still fully in harmony version of cabins.
It's just multiple campgrounds throughout the
Right.
park. So I love it.
Exactly.
It fits perfectly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also saw the 100 Acre Wood cabins as a chance to create an experience that's all about how guests feel and interact, and not just what it looks like. And there's so much magic in this world already. Look at Marissa wearing him as we speak. That it would give Imagineers a chance to turn that into something that you can actually step into. So think about a child discovering a hidden honeypot along a trail, or an adult passing by Eeyore's tent house, and that feeling that quiet, familiar comfort of the stories that we grew up with.
Feels cozy.
I was going to say, it gives it the warm fuzzies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those little moments are what make a stay at the 100 Acre Wood more than just lodging. It's a full-on experience. And this is what Imagineers call experiential design,
Oh.
which just happens to be our Imagineering term of the week.
Get out of town.
Go.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
Wow, not, me.
Hmm. Well, experiential design is all about creating experiences that make guests feel something, whether that's delight or curiosity or nostalgia. This is through every detail. It's about how people move through a space, interact with it, and respond to it emotionally. And that's why Pirates of the Caribbean can make you laugh. It can make you feel suspense. You can get swept up in adventure. Or It's a Small World can delight you or evoke wonder purely through the music and the visuals, and there's no dialogue needed there. And it's exactly what the 100 Acre Wood cabins are going to aim to do here. Every trail, every cabin, every little detail is designed so guests step into a story and feel it emotionally,
Ooh.
deep
need to
in your
feel.
core,
I want to
not
feel
just
it.
see it.
I need to be
So
one
let's
with
feel
the
it.
with the
Let's-
forest.
Let's become one with the forest.
Mhm. One with the poo.
I'll let you do that alone.
No.
This expansion would be located on the west side of the existing cabin areas. I'm going to put up a map here so you all can look at it. I wanted it to feel, if you're watching on YouTube, I want it to feel part of the Fort Wilderness, but far enough to where it feels like its own little world. So we're leaving the wetlands of Orlando behind and stepping into a fictional forest inspired by Sussex, England. And of course, in true Imagineering fashion, I think this calls for a proper research trip for the idiots.
Yes.
So let's go on a pilgrimage to Ashdown Forest, which is the real-life inspiration for A.A. Milne's 100 Acre Wood.
Let's go.
I
Mhm.
want to go.
And that's in England.
Yes.
Okay. Because I am not
So-
familiar with that. So
That's
Okay, very
that's
cool.
where the story is from.
you're spending a lot of time in the UK lately.
I know.
Wow.
Last week, this week.
It's a great place.
I mean, you went there on vacation last year. I guess you felt really British.
I did. I was
after.
really inspired. I wrote this the
Yeah.
next day.
Perfect.
Well, okay, now that we're back from Ashdown Forest in the UK, we are feeling really inspired. And this new area is going to be divided into 7 sections, one for each of the residences in Winnie the Pooh. So that's Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, Eeyore, Rabbit, Owl, and finally Kanga and Roo. So there will be 10 cabins in each homestead for a total of 70 new cabins on top of the 409 that already exist, which will expand occupancy by 17%.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at that. We just made Disney some more money.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Now, here's where the Imagineering challenge gets really fun. How do you build whimsical storybook cabins in the middle of a real forest without breaking the feeling that you're actually in the woods? Trees and natural terrain aren't just the backdrop, they're part of the story. So, every cabin, every little detail will be carefully placed to feel lived in and magical, but still believable. And this is the kind of subtle magic that most guests don't even notice, but it's still exactly what Imagineers obsess over and what makes the Disney difference. And you might call this placemaking.
Oh,
that
haven't we
term.
heard that term before?
Oh, that's right. If you haven't listened to our premiere, I suggest you head back to find out more about
Yes.
what that's all about. Now, the cabins are going to be built in a circle surrounding the official residence of their character. So we're going to build the actual homes of each character.
So I'm just going to have to go 7 different times to
That's true.
Praise
stay
Steve.
That
in
is
each
true.
one.
You're going to want to see them all.
Exactly. It's a problem.
Now, for the old school Magic Kingdom fans out there, this is pre-New Fantasyland. Do y'all remember when Pooh Corner existed where the mine train is now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, it was a play area where you could go inside Pooh's house. Amanda and I did this whole photo shoot there in like 2008. There were no kids
you did.
around,
Of course.
but I'm sure whoever was watching us was like, who are these people? We were on our college program. I'll have to find those pictures.
Wouldn't
or
be
maybe-
the first time
maybe I
someone
don't.
said that about our group.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyone listening to this is also thinking the same thing. So, anyway,
Wow.
imagine these houses being brought to life, from Owl's house in the tree to Eeyore's tent, like I mentioned earlier, and so on. Each homestead is going to have this lived-in feel of their owner, and your cabin will reflect that feel as well. So, Pooh's house could even feature the classic Mr. Sanders sign over it, like the original films. Piglet's home may have the Trespasser's Will sign from the stories. It's little details like this that are going to bring back the memories of watching them as a kid, and things you may have forgotten, but you'll recognize it instantly. Now, if you're staying at Rabbit's homestead, expect a garden out front and your cabin to take that theme inside as well. So there may be photos of his giant first prize watermelon or pumpkin, or a rake and garden tools that are on the wall. Or over at Tigger's house, keep an eye out for some small trampolines that are embedded into the ground in a play area where you can bounce from pad to pad, just like Tigger, like the bouncer that I am.
Yeah.
That's like what they used to have that outside the Pooh ride at Magic Kingdom, but then they had to get rid
Mhm.
of them because kids were getting hurt.
Oh, well, watch your kids carefully
Yeah.
on this one.
Disney is not liable for any injuries.
That's right. You're going to
Nope.
sign a waiver at check-in.
Enter at own risk.
Mm-hmm. And somewhere in between, you may come across Gopher's home, which is a hole in the ground that will occasionally shout up to guests above the ground.
Like my house.
And she lives in a hole in the ground. She's coming to us live from a hole in the ground. But yeah, I was thinking it could just be triggered by like a motion detector, so it's not just shouting randomly all day, but like you walk by it and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing up there?" or something like.
Well, I can't stand around lollygagging all day. Got a tight schedule.
That's cute.
I love that
So
idea.
just a simple interaction that's
That's
very
cute.
Disney.
You could have it also be someone like working it, so it could be its own like
True.
turtle talk, or what's the one
Yeah.
that Universal used to have that talks to people too?
Oh, that
People love
fountain
that.
at
Yeah,
at the Lost Continent.
that's a good way to
Yeah.
Oh,
get
I
people
forgot
off
about that.
That's right. Maybe that's like a
the streets.
shift if you're like working
Yeah.
the front desk or something.
Magical
You sit in the
moment.
back and yell as Gopher.
Push
There's like a
or push buttons.
there's a
Maybe
there's
you
like
could
a
interact.
camera on it.
Yeah, you could interact. You
could-
don't have to just yell at
Yeah.
them. Well, you could yell at them, but yell
Mhm.
other things.
You're gonna have to put on Gopher's voice. See?
Well, you're hired. We're putting you
I
there.
don't think that was it.
I don't think so
I
either.
think I'm gonna mute that for
Something.
anyone to not have to hear that.
Yikes.
Yikes. Well, this is where the experiential design comes in. It's not just about what the cabins look like, it's about how they feel when you're there. And, if you're a kid and you're finding Piglet's scarf from the blustery day inside his house, or you're an adult spotting Rabbit's garden tools and feeling the nostalgia from the stories you grew up with, there's like little things like a cozy reading nook in Owl's house that Marissa's going to sit in. Or the
Duh.
bouncy pads for Tigger that, kids may be injured on that we're going to have the waivers for. But it's all going to make you smile, not kids getting injured. That's not going to
Maybe.
I hope
You don't know.
not. That's not what I meant. Like, I hope anyone listening with kids, we love your kids. But we're going to feel emotionally connected to the 100 Acre Wood. And that's my big goal here. And I think it's a massive opportunity to incorporate all types of interactive elements throughout this entire property, just like Gopher's hole. Home is where he lives, the dugout. So it doesn't stop there. In the heart of the wood, you will find Pooh's Picnic Pavilion,
Ooh.
which is every day at lunchtime, you can grab some food and hang out with your favorite characters from the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Pooh
Yes.
himself will be there every day, but he's always going to bring a friend along with him, but you never know who it's going to be until you're there.
Oh, hello there.
I love a surprise
Well, I'm
like
just
that.
staying there.
Yes,
all day.
she's
Forget
staying
the
at the
parks.
picnic pavilion.
Yeah, forget the parks. I'm staying at the picnic pavilion.
Well, I just feel like you could spend a lot of time walking to all the different homes here and then wrapping up your day at the picnic pavilion. But Marissa's coming out of retirement to be a character attendant to work at the
Just
picnic
for this.
pavilion just for this. And I am
mean,
coming out of retirement as well to be
Hang with
your
Tigger.
bouncer Tigger once again.
There.
So,
So
Katie-
meet y'all there.
Katie, we're training you as Pooh.
Oh, bother.
All right, I'm suiting up. I'm going in
Suit
there.
up, here we go. I mean, to be Pooh's friend.
Yeah, of course.
Is there a store that I could be a merchantainment person?
Yeah,
So I can go
for
back to my
sure.
roots? Okay, I'll come out of
Yeah,
retirement
yeah.
for that. I'll work
Back
at the
to
store.
your
Welcome
roots.
back.
That works for the forest.
Yeah, yeah.
No pun intended.
Yep.
Back
Mhm.
at it, season 4, punnier than ever.
That's right. Well, and then finally, at night, you can join in the Firefly Stroll with Christopher Robin as he leads a group by lantern on a nighttime scavenger hunt.
How do so many sparkles fit in that little stick, I wonder?
How cute is that?
Oh,
Mhm.
I want to do that.
I feel like there's so much opportunity for this type of thing at Fort Wilderness. Like they have
Yeah.
the camp out campfire with Chip and Dale. I just think this is another one of those things that like could be really cool and unique. And it doesn't have to be such a it's not like a paid event. It's just like what time Christopher's going out with his lantern and you just meet him there and follow him around and go through all. There's like hidden things in all their homes. And maybe you go to each homestead and collect an item until you've got the whole gang back
Aw.
together or something.
What if when you get to do it, Christopher Robin gives you little lanterns that are empty or jars that are empty,
Oh.
and as you're
And
going,
they
you're
light
collecting
up.
like
The
fireflies.
fireflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? As we're talking about this, I'm just thinking of more things. Like, what if somebody goes ahead of the stroll here and places a stuffed version of each of the characters in there, so you're collecting like the original dolls from
Aw.
Christopher Robin, and he's like they're not animated; they're just in doll form.
Mm-hmm.
And so then,
Cute.
like, depending on how many kids are there, they can be like responsible for holding them. And so, like,
Aw.
this is very important. You're in charge of Pooh. You've got to hold him and keep him safe on our walk together. And so then each kid has like their important role that they're playing in the Firefly Stroll.
Oh, that's
That's
really
cute.
precious.
Mhm.
But kids, don't get any ideas. You can't take that home with you for free.
You
This is
cannot.
Disney.
No,
you got to charge
sorry.
for
It
that.
will be. Katie will sell it to you in the
Yep.
merchantainment
Exactly. Yep.
option.
I will
down
show it to you here for
connected to the lobby.
$59.99.
That's right. For a 2-inch plush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, real prices over here.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that we've talked about, the logistics of the 100 Acre Wood, I want to pause and reflect on something a little meta, a little ironic, and maybe even a little controversial.
Oh no, what is it?
Here at Idiot's Guide to Imagineering, we like to think critically about our own work and occasionally play devil's advocate with our own ideas. So buckle up for this one.
Uh-oh.
Here's a question I want to throw out to the group. Fort Wilderness was designed to be about real wilderness and then about unplugging and being in nature and experience a quieter, slower Disney World. So by adding this story-driven, whimsical 100 Acre Wood area, are we enhancing that experience or are we detracting from the original intent?
No,
There's no wrong answer here.
I think you're totally enhancing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it's not overly, I mean, it is themed, but it's not overly themed. And it's a theme that fits perfect. And the
Mhm.
idea of it is there's no Chip and Dale in the real wilderness that's going to
true.
make s'mores
Yeah.
with you.
That's
So
right.
this isn't that weird that we're going around and hanging out with Pooh and friends. So I feel like personally, it fits seamlessly in it and it's just another campground.
Yeah,
Another-
you're right.
Well, and I think you're also not shoving it in anyone's face. If
Mhm.
they'd
Right.
like to participate in this experience, there's these special cabins for it.
Mhm.
If you don't, you just stay on the normal side.
Right.
Yeah.
And it will be tucked into the literal woods that are already there. So
Mhm.
it's not like we're bulldozing all these trees to make way for, this eyesore. It's
Yeah.
you'd have to really look in to see what it is. And the cabins are gonna be like the other cabins. They're just gonna
Right.
have, the interior is gonna be
Yeah.
themed
No,
differently.
I think it
Mhm.
fits. It's
Okay. I had this whole internal struggle when I
why?
finished the project of thinking like, what if this is so off of what the actual theme of Fort Wilderness is?
I
I
don't think
don't
so at
think at
all. It's
all.
perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like it really fits in there seamlessly. I don't have that thought at all.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
I think the nuance here is that Fort Wilderness always and already has a very clear and specific design intent, which is immersive nature. So the tension isn't about whether adding the story is possible. It's just kind of, does it add value? And I guess it does.
Hey, 4-year-old Katie would have died to be able to go down in there and walk over to the 100 Acre Woods instead of being in the other areas. Like, I would have loved that as a kid, and I don't feel like
Yeah.
that takes away at all. It just, yeah, enhances it.
And, for people who may have never considered going or staying at Fort Wilderness,
That's what I was
maybe
gonna
this is a
say.
new, point of interest to say, oh, wait, I do love Pooh. So I would like to see this. And like
I was
Marissa
gonna
wants to
say
just spend her whole vacation there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I was gonna say for maybe kids who really have not been exposed to the wilderness and parents aren't
Mhm.
sure it's something for them, start off with, oh, well, let's do this where our kids can be, truly living in Pooh's world
Yeah.
on our trip. And then, the kids enjoyed it. And a few years later, they want to go
Mhm.
back, but now they don't need to stay on the Pooh side and they're
Right. It's kind of like
ready
an
to
entry,
experience
You can grow
more.
up into the
into
next step.
cabin
Mhm.
life for
Yeah.
kids. And then maybe they go to some cabins that aren't at Disney World and they're like, oh,
Mhm.
this reminds me of when we met Winnie the Pooh. And it's
Yep.
kind of like part of their nostalgia there, even though you take the Disney story out of it.
Yep.
Did you say already what the price point for these cabins
No,
would
I
be?
didn't
Or
come up with one, but I think it would be probably a little bit more than the standard cabins now,
oh
just
wow,
due
Which
to
are
the fact
already
that it would be new
pricey.
and it would be
Oh.
IP layered. So I think you're probably looking at an $800 to $900, one bedroom cabin. But I don't know. I mean, that's beyond. That's for our team of, you know,
research and
pricers,
development,
research
pricing,
Yeah.
pricers. Like that's
pricers, research and
that's
pricers,
the
R&P.
official
Pricers.
that's the official term, the pricers. Um
It's a R&P department. That's me putting my glasses. Where are my glasses
R&P,
here?
research and price development.
Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, let me see
All
here.
right, come
Let me
on.
run the numbers here.
Calculate
Let me
this one
crunch
here.
this. Yes.
uh, well, I thought of some other historical examples for context that also kind of do this. If you think of Tom Sawyer Island, she may be gone, but always in our hearts. It's highly themed and whimsical, and obviously a story overlay, but it doesn't feel invasive because it is isolated and interactive and playful, and it kind of invites guests to explore on their own terms. Um, there's the Rivers of America and Frontierland. I'm using a lot of examples of things
Mhm.
that are gone.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rest in
But
peace.
yeah, the landscaping and sight lines and natural elements are carefully guided, and they're kind of enhancing reality without overwhelming it. And I think
Mhm.
that's kind of what I wanted to
Mhm.
do here is enhance this magical reality but not overwhelm the nature. Um, and then there's Adventureland and Swiss Family Treehouse, and they're very story driven and but rooted in realism, and this is both. You're aware it's a theme, but it never really fights with your suspension of disbelief. But back to the Hundred Acre Wood, this project isn't forced. Guests still have the option to not stay in a
Mhm.
100 Acre Wood cabin and get that real Fort Wilderness experience. Like you said, like if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. And if you can stay away from it and not see it.
If you are staying in the other cabins, can you still participate in the firefly
I
walk?
would say yes.
Okay.
I would think
Okay.
much like the Chippendale campfire and Hoop-Dee-Doo review and things like that,
Mhm.
anyone can go to it.
Okay.
Mhm.
But I don't see it as I don't see it as you can pull up to the gate and say I'm going to the firefly stroll. Like you
Yeah,
need to
I agree.
have there
Yeah.
has to be like, I hate to say it, but like you need to be
You
doing
sign up.
something that is a paid experience to be in there, whether staying there or eating there or doing the campfire.
I
Hmm.
agree.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can't just show up to show up. You got to have a reason,
A purpose.
a purpose. You need to have a
Okay.
purpose as a human being in life. And you're not going to find it here unless you've paid for something
No.
inside.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to hear from everyone listening on this one because I posed this question to the two of you and you've backed me up on it, but I am
I'm
curious what
curious.
people think if adding a narrative overlay feels like a natural extension of Fort Wilderness or is it a distraction? So I yeah, be honest because it's not real. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I know that
It'll hurt
it's
mine.
it will hurt Katie.
Yeah.
She didn't come up with this, but she will be hurt by it. But yeah, I think it's a subtle line. I think Imagineers probably obsess over this all the time when they're making things. Like, at the end of the day, it's not just about making everything magical, but it's
Mhm.
about knowing how to layer a story so it amplifies the experience rather than replaces a real experience. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what I kind of wanted to unpack with this whole project and episode of the Hundred Acre Wood cabins.
Thank you so much for visiting with us.
I'm here
Oh,
for it. I love it.
yep.
Let's
Oh,
go camping.
I obviously love it
Mhm.
because I love Pooh. So
Mhm.
You
get
do
me
love
there.
poo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's imagine that we all agree and it works and we move forward with the announcement at D23 later this year. We're all going to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Marissa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're going to get her there. But when you really think about it, Hundred Acre Wood expansion isn't just a cute idea. It's a really good example, if I do say so myself, of experiential design in action, where every detail from the cabins to the trails to the picnic pavilion, it's all meant to make guests feel something and spark curiosity. And that's the magic of Imagineering. And Pooh is the perfect partner for that. Pooh and Piglet and Tigger, they're a timeless group of characters and they represent friendship and joy and curiosity and little wonders in life, and those are the emotions that hopefully anyone can relate to when they stay here. And it feels like a great chance for Disney to use that emotional connection in a way that's very engaging and still feels natural and grounded in the forests. And the placement alongside of Lakeshore Lodge makes this even more strategic from a business standpoint. It's not just creating a charming experience for guests, it's reinvigorating Fort Wilderness as a whole.
Yeah.
And kind of also expanding occupancy, which
Mhm.
with a very unique offering, and in doing so in a way that's financially smart. And I think it could be an investment that enriches the guest experience while strengthening Disney's portfolio at the same time.
And you know what?
Hmm.
More inventory into the marketplace means that Disney has to create more demand. So this will also lead to future park enhancements and more
Mhm.
developments because we need to
Yep.
have people come stay. We need to be
That's
sold
right.
out.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
you are moving along.
The demand for these hotels stays crazy.
Yeah.
And when they have 25 plus resorts, and I'm not even counting all the different branches of villas and DVCs and this and that, like if you can consistently be creating more and still filling it up, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. What I find most special about this project is how it kind of reinvents the concept of wilderness. It's not just cabin in the woods, it's reimagined forest that's emotional and maintains the natural serenity of Fort Wilderness. And it's a wilderness that's lived in and loved and deeply felt. And at the end of the day, I hope this idea reflects what that is all about. And for those of you who have been around for a while, yes, this is not the first time we have explored a cabin themed resort idea. Back in season 2, episode 21, we did a parrot trap concept for All Star Movies. We got some really good feedback on that one. So it was fun to kind of get back into this cabin style proposal.
I shall see you in the 100 Acre Wood very soon.
Well, as we've been doing for season 4, we want to sum up the creative intent for our projects into just one sentence, kind of like how you might find it written on a park map or on the website. So, for the 100 Acre Wood cabins, I think it would read something like this: spend the night in the 100 Acre Wood, where cabins, characters, and little surprises make you feel part of Pooh's world. Which, funny that I wrote
very
that, and it
Marissa-y.
kind of
Yeah.
came out like really brings us all back to where we started, of Marissa underwater drowning, being saved by Daddy Caspian himself.
Daddy Caspian.
It all
Pooh.
comes full circle.
Wow. Really
And
to who?
Pooh.
That was such a cozy little adventure. Thanks, Steve-O, for guiding us through the quiet paths and hidden corners and the stories of the Hundred Acre Wood. I feel like we can wander here for days and still find something new.
And isn't it wild how a place from stories long ago can feel so relevant to today? Next week, we're heading somewhere new. It's familiar, classic, and full of mayhem. But you'll have to wait and see what it is.
Before you scamper off into the woods, don't forget to leave us a review or rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment about today's episode. Which homestead are you going to stay at?
And of course, follow us on Instagram at Idiots Imagineering for maps, renders, behind-the-scenes nonsense. You know the drill.
And with that, we wish you a magical week. And remember,
If you can dream it,
You can make a podcast about it. Bye.
bye. And here's a little extra honey for the hive that felt worth mentioning. On the surface, the 100 Acre Wood cabins are obviously family friendly. Kids are going to love bouncing around on the pads and potentially harming themselves or
Yeah.
running around on the scavenger hunt. And
good time.
the parents are going to see them light up, of course. But Disney isn't just for kids, as look at us here.
We
Adults
have a
come
whole
too.
podcast about it. Yep.
Adults without children, Katie and myself. Adults who have grown up and maybe left the parks behind and then come back because the nostalgia just hits just right. And suddenly a family-friendly label kind of felt restrictive on this. Like, are we saying grown-ups shouldn't want to play in the 100 Acre Wood? Or should nostalgia be something that you outgrow? Or is there a point where it becomes weird?
Nostalgia should never be something you outgrow. And that's like nostalgia, imagination, all of it. You should never outgrow that. That's follow your rainbow connection,
I love how you said that, like, directed at me, like, how insulting that you would even pose that question. Like, you were mad
I
at me for
am.
asking.
I'm offended
Like,
by
what
that.
a disgusting
Well,
thing
it
to
just
say.
goes back to
You
the
beast.
the
You
never-ending argument of people saying that Disney adults are weird, and I'm tired of it.
It's
We're
so
not hurting.
tired.
We're not
It's
hurting
so
anyone.
tired.
We're not
The
doing
rhetoric
anything.
is lazy. I see it all the time.
It's the same thing. Now people don't do it as much when it comes to the Real Housewives because now it's like celebrities talk about it. So now it's cool. But for a very long time, it was like, oh, that's just women's show. Oh, that's just silly drama. It's like, you know what? I don't say that about your stupid ball throwing game where you kick things
Yeah.
around and you're yelling at each other and punching each other. Listen,
Exactly. No
a
one cares about that.
a little drama and a little imagination never hurt anybody, all right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sorry for offending you with my question, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
was
out of
just-
here. We're going to
I
be
was
Disney
just-
adults and we're going to do what we want because we can, and we can enjoy nostalgia and try to go back to the childhood joy we once had.
period.
Don't make her mad. She will come for you. Let
Mhm.
her be a Disney adult, okay?
You don't want to experience that face to face. Don't piss her off.
No. Tired
No,
of
no,
it.
no.
I don't know. I was just thinking a lot about this after reading AJ Wolf's book Disney Adults, and it really, Marissa, I think you started reading it.
I didn't finish it yet.
Okay, yeah, but it really kind of dives into what it means to be a Disney adult and why it's more complex than a lot of people assume. And it's not just about clinging to your childhood, but it's about seeking connection and story and deep personal emotional experience, like I'm trying to create here. And we're trying to create here with this podcast, like as a whole. And ironically, the people who are least concerned with what anyone thinks about Disney adults are the Disney adults
Yep.
ourselves.
The community.
That's right. And I think there's real cultural tension here. I think a lot of times we've heard this referred to as childless millennial, and the idea that adults are indulging in these worlds that are somehow we're failing to grow up or something. But what does growing up even mean?
Listen, I've grown up. It sucks. I'm going back to my childhood,
Yeah,
all
that's
right?
the
Let me
point.
Disney around
What is the
town.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No.
when adults want to stay in a cabin inspired by Winnie the Pooh, we're not just being childish. We just want to stay in a cabin inspired
And
by
how
Winnie the
am
Pooh.
I
and have
hurting
that-
you for wanting to do that?
Yeah.
What's so bad about us
What's
seeking
the impact
connection and
on your
being-
life?
and comfort and having
Yeah.
a story that we like that
Some of us-
resonated with us?
Some of us want to go to that Rugrats house. Some of us want to float around in the ocean. Some of us just want to be, okay? Just let
Yeah.
us be.
It's not just fun for us, it's our
It's our
emotional
life. It's the
connection. That's
lifeline.
emotional design in action right there.
Woo.
And if you look at like Universal's new kids park in Texas, which Jenny has texted us 400 times that she is getting an
She's
annual
pumped.
pass. She has
And
no
we're going,
children.
we're going with her
Yeah.
immediately.
Right. And they are unapologetically targeting families and children. But even there, Jenny's going to show up. We're going to go meet her out there and see it.
They are unapologetically targeting.
And how
this
are
to
we hurting
Jenny.
anyone by doing that?
That's
we're
right.
not.
And we're going to buy tickets. We're going to eat that food. We're going to take the photos. Disney's always understood this probably better than most companies, I think. And, you know, the magic isn't just what kids feel, it's what adults feel. And when they get to step back into something that shaped them, that's great. And they're going to spend money doing it.
Yeah.
So the official angle for the 100 Acre Wood is don't sell it for families. We're going to sell it as a world that works for anyone who wants to feel something real and personal. Kids are going to marvel at the whimsy. Adults are going to feel the nostalgia and also marvel at the whimsy. And everyone is going to experience a story in a way that is deeply engaging. It's going to be subtle and inclusive. And part of Disney's magic is really just letting adults be joyful without any guilt.
I have no guilt.
No,
I'm
I
a
know Marissa doesn't because
enjoyer.
she's going to yell
No.
at you.
Be me. With or without a baby.
And that's it. Well,
I don't care.
something to think on.
Mm-hmm.